Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. Greenland 2 Migration has a release date, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But before we get there, just want to remind you that if you choose to join our comment section, be kind and also keep watching the video. We like to have you hang around all the way to the end. Thank you very much. All right, so perhaps one of the least well-advised sequels in recent memory, Greenland 2 is on the way, and it has a release date. I'm actually somewhat excited for the film. It was sort of a surprisingly traumatic film for a sort of a biggish budget disaster film. Usually they're all thrills, but you actually felt a little bit of terror, which was good. And actually, I'm doing a video on my other channel later today, and that's sort of one of my points about analyzing art and enjoying art in movies, and the idea that it is okay to not feel joy. There are other perfectly legitimate emotions that can be inspired by a film. Greenland 2 Migration release date set for Gerard Butler's sequel. Greenland 2 Migration has secured its release date as it prepares to enter the 2026 box office lineup. Wow, it's that soon? I thought it was later. Following the success of the original film during the pandemic, the sequel now aims to continue the franchise's momentum. With its launch set, the survival thriller is positioned for a high-stakes debut. Probably not that high stakes. Gerard Butler led Greenland 2 Migration release date set for January 2026. That's maybe not a horrible release date. I know it's traditionally a bit of a dumping ground. Avatar is still going to be in theaters, probably still raking in big money at that point, but there might be room for Greenland. Lionsgate has scheduled Greenland 2 Migration for theatrical release on January 9th, 2026. The Gerard Butler-led sequel was previously undated. The film will take the slot initially reserved for Lionsgate Mutiny, which is now shifting to an unspecified summer release. Greenland 2 Migration continues the story of the Garrity family, John, Allison, and their son after they survive a catastrophic comet strike. Emerging from their bunker in Greenland, they must journey across the devastated Earth in search of a new safe haven. Okay, so what makes this sequel weird is that it's sort of the follow-up to a disaster film, the big disaster being a comet. So what happens next? It's about survival, but usually we don't get these films so much. I am open to the possibility, without having done much research here, that there could be additional strikes, maybe smaller strikes. That happens in reality, where you have, what do you call them? Meteors and comets sort of come in groups, sort of showers, meteor showers, huh? And you'll actually have ones that are sort of following on the same path. They might be a couple years apart, maybe months, days apart, but they do happen. So I am open to the possibility there could be some more pyrotechnics, but of course the real star here is going to have to be the wrecked landscape. Big strike, a lot of devastation. I'm interested to see how they show all of that. The movie was produced by STX Entertainment, yada yada yada. Earned over $52 million apparently. In the United States, the film bypassed theaters during COVID-19. So yeah, it only played internationally, but that's not bad. I mean, really. Reportedly secured a lucrative $20 to $30 million in PVOD and HBO streaming deal. So yeah, I mean, they don't spend too much, and I don't see why they would. This could work, and it could be a sort of a surprise, fun event for the January timeframe after you've seen enough of James Cameron's Avatar 3. Maybe you go out to theaters again and you go see Greenland, getting a chance to see it in the theater. And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if they actually threw the first film in theaters. Put in a couple theaters in the U.S. in January. I'll let you watch the two of them together. I think there could be some buzz created around that. These types of films, they're not rocket science, although there's a little bit of sort of vague, contorted science involving, sort of moving around the pieces of how the cosmos work. But of course, you have to shrink it down into a time frame that works in the space of a film of a couple hours. But yeah, I'm mildly interested in this. Look at the poster right now with the crippled Eiffel Tower. Reminds me of what's the show called? Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead, where they spent 2 seasons in France, and the poor Eiffel Tower was featured in that as well. Again, been taking a beating lately, the Eiffel Tower, but there you have it. What do you think? Are you interested in a January release date for Greenland 2, or are you going to wait to see it at home? Let us know in the comment section below, and watch out for anything falling from space today. See you later.
Thank you.